Why would I use a 70cc saw for that? It's stupid. Little saws have their place. And this one is the best kindling getter there is. 4310. All right. Thank you.
Rolling.
Tell us about them.
Well, these are the Barbados Blackbelly sheep. They are here grazing native grass species. I forget the names. They don't like this stuff as much as like the Bermuda grass and like the fescue, but it's better for the land and they do eat it. And it's growing so nicely. Like, look at it. Looks great. And they look good. They're not, you know, I mean, they're not fat, but they're not the scrawny kind of summer sheep that you often see with hair sheep breeds.
Who's this right here looking at us?
This one is, that's Duala. She's for sale. Anybody want her? Yeah, this grass is really looking great. And I'm guessing they're eating the seed heads, which is good. And
Why is that good?
well, first of all, I would imagine it has good protein in it, I think. And then they should be pooping it out, laying the seeds all over the place, spreading it around, hopefully. That's what's happening in my head.
There we go.
Yeah. They're hard to see in all that grass.
Yeah,
aren't
they came running up on us. It scared me. Did it scare you?
No.
It did me because, well, we were coming up over this hill and the sunlight was in my eyes. And all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, the whole little herd was running straight at our little side-by-side stubby there.
Yeah.
It scared me. I went, whoa.
No, they're definitely getting into, like, I mean, we see all this tall stuff, but they're getting in here, getting the lower, smaller shoots. So they've got plenty to graze on, I think. I do wish we had more legumes in here.
And we've seen it this winter. All of this long stuff will be just straight hay. It turns brown or tan or whatever, golden, and it's just all straight hay. And even though they don't like to eat it now, in the winter, my guess is they're going to chow down on it because they'll be hungry.
Yeah.
There won't be the little stuff. That's the hopes. This pasture is Gondor. Actually, it's only a small portion of Gondor. Gondor is our biggest pasture. But yeah, it is. It's Gondor. And we have been trying hard to get the seed and grasses to really establish here. But we get a lot of this crap, which is dog fennel. But if the grass can spread enough, then that dog fennel will be smothered out and not be capable of growing. Or at least that's the hopes, right, babe?
Yeah, let's leave this standing and not cut it till the spring.
Yeah, we were going to cut it one last time before winter, but we're going to leave it, let it seed out. And, you know, hopefully it'll be good for everything.
And the sheep.
Yeah, we're going to be hunting this year for deer. And my buddy Jake says that deer really love tall grasses like this, so that because the deer feel like they're hiding, they feel more secure in it. And so, anyways, see if we can get us a nice doe for eating.
It looks really nice.
And maybe a nice buck for trophy and eating. Dual purpose.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, and they still have like all the little sweet gum shoots. Usually they eat those if they're hungry, so they're all still in here. So yeah, they're good.
All right, it's a beautiful day today. It's evening time. It's about 5:30. But Stubby is still doing awesome. That's my Axis 700 that I bought at Lowe's, and this is the 4310. No, you cannot get that in the United States as of today. I actually went to Germany, and while I was there, I picked that up. This is Firewood, and I have spoken about it on the channel before, and it makes the best kindling that I have ever seen. There's no sap. Once it dries out, there's no sap. So it's just as good as a hardwood, but it burns like good dry pine. So it's fantastic. It makes for fantastic kindling. And whenever you're left after it burns, it's just like the ash is just... anyways, it all burns up. It's good. Really, really, really excellent kindling. Not the best firewood in the world. You know, it doesn't have a lot of heat giving abilities. You know, it's not like a dense wood or anything. But a lot of people mistake it for hickory. You know, if you're out there in the woods and you see this hickory, and you're certain it's a hickory because the leaves, they look just like hickory leaves, right? And you go, man, that hickory is just awful. It's like crooked, and it's real small and stuff. This right here is really about as big as they get. There's my hand. So what is that? Maybe 8 or 9 inches, you know? They don't get, that's a really big sourwood. But anywho, people think it's a hickory. The bark looks similar to hickory, and the leaves look really similar to hickory. But it'll be all jagged and dog-legged and everything, and that's going to be a sourwood. So it's really slimy too. Whenever you first cut it, it's very wet underneath the bark. So you're like, oh, this is a hickory all day long. Not a hickory. And we've got a lot of it on our property. It's trash wood, but it is good for pollinators and stuff like that. And so the wife does like to keep them, but any chance I get to go, oh, that one's in the way, I'm taking it down, then I do. So I'm about ready to split up this little load right here. And that load is going to provide, I got one already on here now. That load is going to provide enough kindling for us to last, I don't know, a couple of years, 3 years maybe. So that's good. All right, well, we're all done. I've mowed the grass. Yay, lovely, right? Lovely. And here's the stack, right? Some of them are really little pieces, but you know, most of them are just small firewood pieces. So, you know, but some of them are smaller and even smaller. But you know, mostly I'll get them. And we've got a Swedish log splitter. I'll take like this piece right here, and I'll just split it like 3 or 4 times with that Swedish log splitter. Boom, it's ready to go. But what we do from here at this point is we put them in the windows. Let me show you again. I can't say enough. Stubby's awesome. That was a really, really good purchase. Yeah, so it's kind of dark in here, but you know, you guys will survive. All right, this year's wood room. This is it. So we've got in this one room roughly 4 cords of wood. There's my Swedish log splitter. All right, you can see what's going on. This winter, we've already started on it, but we're filling up this room. That's all red oak right there. And all of that kindling that I just chopped will go right here. You know, fill up this window. Maybe not all the way, and we got more than one window I'll show you, but a lot of people have questioned me in the past. You know, it's like, whoa, you bring that wood inside your house? Look where I live. It's all concrete floors and block walls. There's any termites. Now, if we see that there's stuff in there, we don't bring it in. You know, if there's active ants, carpenter ants and stuff, we don't bring it in and stuff. But as soon as you split that and it starts to dry out, any beetles or anything like that that's in there, they die or flee, you know. And then if they're in that concrete room, they're just on concrete and they die. They dry out and they die. And so at first, whenever I first started doing this, I was a little bit hesitant about bringing stuff in, but they don't last long if they leave the wood, and they don't stay inside the building if they come out. So anyways, or they die. But here we go. This is what we have. So having the kindling in the windows like this really works great. We come out here, all of this stuff is super dry, and like this right here is probably close to enough to get us all the way through the winter. Really close, not far. And every time we split wood and everything, there are shards of red oak that get expelled all over the place, and so we have buckets. We gather up all of the little splinters of red oak and stuff, and we gather them up in baskets and buckets, and they're sitting all over the place. And so that works well for kindling also. So we'll be good. All of that stuff, we won't want to use it. I mean, as old as it is, and it's already pretty dry, it wouldn't take more than a month or 2 sitting in one of these windows and it'll dry out just fine. But still, you know, I mean, I wouldn't want to try and use it until it had at least 3 or 4 months, you know, to kind of dry out. And that's probably what it'll be. Right now, it's the beginning of October. We don't usually even start building a fire. And the only reason we would start building a fire is because we want to, because, you know, we like it. But we might start at the end of October, or I think last year we went all the way to the end of November. So we're in Atlanta. It doesn't get that hot, that cold. And our heating season's pretty small. But for any new viewers out here that's seeing my place, and you're going, what the F? Where does that guy live? One guy asked me, do you live in an abandoned building? Technically, yes, I guess I do. It's not abandoned anymore. It used to be. This is it. So where the windows stop, that's where barn begins. That's all barn. And we got about 3,500 square feet of barn area. Then the windows from here on is living space. That room right there goes all the way back and stuff, and it's above my garage. My garage is underneath it. That one room up top is almost 1,200 square feet. So I am very blessed. Well, am I blessed? I don't think that way, okay? That's not me. And so realistically, what am I? I am a guy that made some damn good decisions. And I've got a really good partner. And we purchased an old nursing home that was abandoned, had been abandoned for the last 30 years. The more we cleaned up on this place, because we bought it just for the land, but the more we cleaned up on it, the more we thought, I'll be damned. We can live in that, you know. It's concrete floors and block construction. And so we do. We live in there. And so 3,500 square feet barn, roughly 3,500 square feet house, 1,200 square foot garage. And then I have two other big lower level garage type spaces that they're not finished out yet or anything like that. So they're just really just overflow rooms and stuff. But yeah, because of this building, we got this place for pennies. It's sitting on 23 acres in Atlanta. So yeah, it's a really unique little setup. And we've grown to absolutely love it. The only thing that we don't like about it is its placement on this earth. I've been in Georgia since I was 19, on and off. You know, I went to Las Vegas, I went to Texas and stuff, I went other places, but I always came back here because I originally married a woman from Georgia, and if you ever done something like that, you know that you are anchored to that place for the rest of your life if you had kids with her, and I did. So, but I hate Georgia. I think it's terrible. I've met roughly over the past 20 years. 27 years. I have probably met 7 or 8 people who are from Georgia that I think are worth knowing. Sorry guys, I haven't met every Georgian, all right? I have not. I absolutely have not met every Georgian, and there's some good ones out there for sure, you know. But in my experience, the most rude, judgmental people on the planet. Georgia, yay! Southern hospitality, bullshit. Sorry, hey, I know that some of you viewers are from Georgia and blah, blah, blah. And you'll probably think, well, you're in Atlanta, that's not Georgia. The best people I've met are in and around the Atlanta area. The further you go out from Atlanta, people are judgmental assholes. You gotta remember, whenever I was 30 years old, I got divorced and I was here in Georgia on my own, trying to meet people and make friends with people. No way. If you didn't go to high school with them, they didn't want nothing to do with you. Nothing. And that's my experience with Georgia. Anyways, I'm just closing the garage up. This has probably been an overly long video, but what the hell. Tomorrow's Monday, and well, you guys will probably be watching this on Monday. So only a few more days and I'll be leaving for the Paul Bunyan show in Ohio. Looking forward to that. And yeah, that's enough for this convoluting video. Look at this asshole. Louie dog, what's up, buddy? What's up? Tell everybody hello. Hey. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. No, get your ass down. He's a black-mouthed cur, guys. And he loves to tree a squirrel. Or anything, really. This is Pippa. Pippa dog is a, we got her at the pound. And we guess her to be half Australian Shepherd, half Border Collie. She's smart as a 7th grader, I tell you. We like living here. But it does have minor drawbacks.